సాటర్డే ఎందుకు కదా
Sunny.
మళ్ళీ వస్తానా
Yes, I think the network issue, now it is connected. All the students, let's wait for a minute. Right, all the students. I think there was a certain network issue. Now we have connected. Is my voice is audible? Anyone please confirm? Anyone student?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right. Good, right. Good. Right. So in today's class, so we take the problem on single phase full converter with inductor load. Before we study the inductor load problem contains two stages. One is without freely wheeling diode and another one is with freely wheeling diode. In short, freely wheeling diode improves the output voltage, and freely wheeling diode, when it is placed, it will never transfer the energy back from load to the source. That is, energy released by the inductor will not be transferred back to the source. It will be transferred to the motor after freely wheeling through this particular loop. Okay, if you see this current waveform, at omega t is equal to pi, input voltage is 0. So why we require this freely wheeling diode in any circuit means, so at omega t is equal to pi, what is the value of input voltage? Anyone? At omega t is equal to pi, the input voltage is 0. And what is output voltage? Output voltage is also 0. But the current is not 0, current is maximum. Now the inductor starts to de-energize. That means inductor releases the stored energy. Therefore, that stored energy is starting to de-energize. You can see here. So that de-energizing starts from pi to pi plus alpha. See, this pi plus alpha is nothing but the beta. So when we are placing the freely wheeling diode, why we are placing freely wheeling diode? Imagine motor is connected to the inductor. Motor has to rotate continuously in same direction in the absence of power supply. When the power supply will be off at omega t is equal to pi, the power supply will be off and output voltage is also off. But still the motor has to rotate. So how the motor rotates? Now the inductor starts to release its stored energy. Therefore, now this de-energizing current is transferred to the motor. So I explain this one once again. What is the main use of freely wheeling diode in any circuit? When freely wheeling diode is placed, it improves the output voltage. Now imagine the motor is connected to the inductor. Now this motor has to rotate continuously even under the absence of the input supply. Therefore, what's going to happen? So energy released by the inductor in the absence of input supply is transferred to the motor. So therefore, what's going to happen with freely wheeling diode? Energy released by the inductor will be transferred to the E. Now you can ask one question. So this is the battery RLE load. How the energy will flow from inductor to the this battery? Here the explanation is, the output, the voltage across the inductor when it is completely energized, its voltage is very much high when compared with the battery. Therefore, the energy will be traveling from inductor to the battery, and from battery to the diode, diode is on, and from the diode to the resistor, resistor to the L minus, again back to the inductor. So when input supply is entirely zero, what's going to happen? The inductor is going to release the energy, that energy is applied to the motor, motor starts to rotate continuously. So that proof is shown here. When the input voltage is zero, output voltage is zero, current is not zero, it is maximum, and still the motor rotates in same direction when inductor current is de-energizing. So the problems of inductive load contains without freely wheeling diode and with freely wheeling diode. So now we go back to the problem. I will explain this circuit later on. We are supposed to take. Now, let us come to this slide. All the students now. So same problems will be coming in the JMT examination, right? So inductive load problem we are taking for fully controlled converter, a single phase fully controlled converter. All of you, fully controlled converter, how many SCRs we should have? Anyone? Fully controlled converter, how many SCRs? 4 SCRs. A bridge rectifier, right? So 50 hertz, 230 volts, 100 volts transformer, having an inductive load of inductor value they have not given, 10 ohm resistor, inductive load, RL load or motor. And what is the firing angle we have to use to control the speed of the motor in this problem? 45. So how to solve this problem? What they are mentioning, fully controlled single phase rectifier with inductive load. So all students, you can make a note in the white paper. So case A or case 1. Case 1 is what? Without freely wheeling diode. So remember this point. Case 1 is heading we have to keep without freely wheeling diode. Okay, first the problem, only 4 SCRs and inductive load, motor is connected without freely wheeling diode. So what is the input voltage they have given in the problem? Step down transformer. So we have to take the secondary winding voltage. What is the secondary winding voltage here? 100 volts. So VRMS equal to 100 volts. Okay, directly it should be the RMS. VRMS equal to 100 volts. And what is the firing angle? 45. So anyone tell me what is the formula for fully controlled converter without freely wheeling diode? We have taken earlier. Fully controlled converter without freely wheeling diode, the formula is 2Vm by pi cos alpha. 2Vm by pi cos alpha. So I just take you back to one particular slide which you have discussed. Yes, I hope all of you remember this particular slide. One second. Right. So in this slide, you are able to see without freely wheeling diode and with freely wheeling diode. So whenever we require high voltages, we go with the second circuit, and when we require the motor speed should be controlled in forward and backward direction, we go with this particular circuit. Okay. So fully controlled converter connected to the inductive load. So in order to do the problem, we should have the knowledge of the circuit. Now, so what is the output voltage? Yes, for this purpose only we have taken. Let us go back to this side. So what is the output voltage of fully controlled converter without freely wheeling diode? 2Vm by pi cos alpha. And what is the output voltage of fully controlled converter with freely wheeling diode? Vm by pi cos, Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. When freely wheeling diode is placed, the output voltage is modified to Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. This proof we have taken already. Okay. So today's class, the problem we are going to concentrate. Right. All of you just use your calci. Now what is the first step? VRMS equal to 100 volts. Okay. But what is the output voltage? V naught equal to 2Vm by pi cos alpha, case 1. Okay. But we require Vm. What is the formula for Vm? Vm equal to VRMS into root 2. Therefore, VRMS into root 2, 141. This value you are going to observe. Now next, what is the output voltage formula? Directly you can substitute. All of you enter and keep the pi 3.14 and check you are getting 63.64 or not. All the students. The problems if you are doing, it will be same. Anyone please confirm? The same value you are getting?
$63.66.
Right, good. 63.64. You are getting this value. So output voltage for fully controlled converter without freely wheeling diode, we are getting 63.64. Similarly, you are going to get the current 6.364. Now, what they are asking in the question, power factor. So power factor, what is the formula we can take? Average power by RMS power. So RMS power means RMS voltage into RMS current. So average power, what we got here, 2 Vm by pi cos alpha into I naught RMS. So what is Vm again? Vm is nothing but root 2 into VRMS. Therefore, what's going to happen? Root 2 into VRMS, VRMS going to cancel. This is the formula. So in power electronics subject for inductive load, what is the power factor formula? You can use the 2 root 2 by pi cos alpha. So if you substitute again here 3.14, you are going to get the 0.636. You can check it out. All of you are getting the same answer. You can check it out. So in this way, we do the first stage problem. So inductive loads without freely wheeling diode, case 1, and with freely wheeling diode, case 2. Now all of you keep their side heading case 2 with freely wheeling diode. Okay. So in the question they will not mention, but we have to do case 1 and case 2. Right. Anyone tell me what is the formula of fully controlled converter with freely wheeling diode? Any student, what is the formula? With freely wheeling diode, fully controlled converter. With freely wheeling diode, the formula becomes Vm by pi into cos alpha. Yes, Vm by pi into cos alpha. You can see for clarification, I'm having the next slide. No freely wheeling diode, output voltage is less. With freely wheeling diode, the output voltage is more and it is equal to the resistive load. So remember one point. Inductive load with freely wheeling diode, output voltage graphs are equal to resistive load values. Okay. So now all of you, case 2, you substitute in this formula. What is Vm? 100 into root 2 by pi is 3.14 into 1 plus cos 45. Tell me the value now. Output voltage. Fast, all of you. So case 2 with freely wheeling diode, just write this formula. Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha, 100 into root 2 Vm by 1 plus cos 45 is the angle. Tell me what is the answer you are getting.
76.88.
Yes,
Sir.
very good, very good. So now what we can confirm, what is output voltage without freely wheeling diode? It is 63.64. So what happens when we are placing the freely wheeling diode? Output voltage increases. So now you can ask one question, sir, without freely wheeling diode, output voltage is less. But why we are using that without freely wheeling diode circuit? Anybody, any answer? If I am not using the freely wheeling diode, output voltage we are getting less. But the main advantage of fully controlled converter without freely wheeling diode is we can control the speed of the motor in forward direction and backward direction. That means any electric vehicle can move in forward direction as well as the backward. Forward direction is clockwise and backward direction is anti-clockwise. So even though output voltage is less, there are certain applications where we are supposed to run the motor in upward direction and backward direction, downward direction. So example is lift and electric train. So we must use this particular without freely wheeling diode circuit. And wherever we require high voltage and the motor has to be rotated only in one direction, which formula we can use, which circuit all of you? With freely wheeling diode, and the output voltage becomes Vm by pi into cos alpha, 1 plus cos alpha. Is it clear all of you? Tell me the power factor for this one, all of you once again. Do the power factor for second case. 2 root 2 by pi cos alpha. I think 2 root 2, it becomes the same formula, 2 root 2 by pi, yes. Pi cos alpha, that same value will be there, power factor. Check with the 1 plus cos alpha, yes, I got. All of you, power factor, now it becomes 2 root 2 by pi, 1 plus cos alpha. Yes, now you tell me the power factor, how much you are getting? Second case. Root 2 by
1.53, sir.
1.53. So the power factor value formula, we are not supposed to use this particular formula. Power factor is always 2 root 2 by pi cos alpha. As we know, power factor will never be greater than 1. Okay. So second case only, what is the output voltage? Now I just move on to the next problem here. Okay. So similar problems we are having. Come on, all of you. So what is beta? Just now in the animation I've shown you, beta is equal to pi plus alpha. Okay. I'll explain once again beta. What is the beta actually? At omega t is equal to pi, the current should be equal to 0, but current will be 0 after omega t equal to pi, which is called 180 plus alpha, which is taken as beta. Now, you just observe this problem. A single phase fully controlled full bridge rectifier as a source voltage RMS they have given, and load resistance inductive load. Firing angle again 45, and the extinction angle is called the beta is 230 they have given. So what is the formula for continuous current and discontinuous current? The formula is discontinuous current. We are not having the problems and we are not involved in this one, because discontinuous current is not suited practically. A motor should rotate continuously, means always we have to send the continuous current. So where is the graph for the continuous current? In the first class, basic classes we have taken. I will show you this particular graph. Yes. Now if you see the beta, so actually the current starts from the alpha, it energizes, and it becomes maximum at which point? You can see input voltage at 180 degrees. You can see here input voltage is 0 at 180 degrees. Okay, now again it has become సార్ మళ్ళీ సార్ 11:30కి క్లాస్ ఉందన్న కదా, క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను. ఇప్పుడు నేను 12:20 కాల్ చేస్తాను మీకు, ఓకేనా? రైట్, 12:20 కాల్ చేస్తాను, 11:30 to 12:20. రైట్. Right. So what is this beta? The current value becomes 0 after pi plus alpha, which is nothing but the beta here. Okay. So now in order to do the problem, this particular problem, now you got the clarity. Beta they have given 230. So beta is greater, if the value which you are getting it is greater than beta, so the current is discontinuous. The value which you are getting it is less than beta, it is nothing but the continuous current. So beta is equal to pi plus alpha, less than or equal to pi plus alpha is the continuous current formula. So we'll see the formulas later. Now how to solve this problem, all of you get ready. So what is our input voltage? Vrms equal to 230. We know the formula. Case 1, again go for the case 1. What is the formula for case 1? All the students, case 1 formula is fully controlled converter. What is the formula now? Yes, everyone, what is the formula for case 1? Without freely wheeling diode, what is the formula? 2 Vm by pi cos alpha. Here we got, so case 1, very first thing, 2 Vm by pi cos alpha. Just substitute 2 into, and Vm is nothing but RMS voltage into root 2. And please check for 46.45 you are getting or not, all of you.
146.
Right. Right, correct. I think the voice is breaking down. Right. Now, so any problem, first we have to calculate the average voltage. Why average voltage? We are converting bidirectional to unidirectional. It is the average voltage, right? So since pi plus alpha, the beta is equal to pi plus alpha. Pi is 180. 180 plus 45 is how much? 225. So we say the current flowing through the motor is continuous, because already I mentioned, if the current value, if the pi plus alpha value is less than beta, then it is called a continuous current. Okay, here they have given assumed extinction angle is 230. I hope this is clear. Now what is I? I equal to VDC by R. Okay, any problem they are giving, you must use this one. Now tell me anyone, what is the case 2? Case 2, what we have to do? Case 2 is with freely wheeling diode. With freely wheeling diode, what is the output voltage? The formula I am asking now. What is the output voltage with freely wheeling diode? All the students. Come on, anyone. Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. Okay. So why it has improved? Why without freely wheeling diode it is 2 Vm by pi, and why it is with the freely wheeling diode it has become Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha? The simple answer is, when freely wheeling diode is present, freely wheeling diode will never transfer the energy from load to the source. Energy released by the inductor will flow through the freely wheeling diode, and it will flow through the motor and come back to the inductor. This point you have to write in the examination. When freely wheeling diode is present, energy from the inductor will never be transferred back to the source. It freely wheels, or it flywheels through the loop of inductor, motor, diode, and back to the inductor. Okay, that is what we are supposed to do. All right. So now with freely wheeling diode, you can see what is the formula we are having. The second stage, Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. This derivation we have done. So mostly many people will get confused with the power electronics formulas. Remember, resistive load fully controlled converter Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. Inductive load without freely wheeling diode 2 Vm by pi cos alpha. Inductive load with freely wheeling diode, what is the value? Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. And what is the formula for RLE load? RLE load also directly you are going to achieve Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha with freely wheeling diode. Without freely wheeling diode, it is 2 Vm by pi cos alpha. Right. So all of you check what is the answer you are getting. 160 is 176 you are getting, all of you. Initially,
176.8.
right. So what is the conclusion?
Point.
Yes, examination you can write the conclusion. Without freely wheeling diode, output voltage is max I when compared with freely wheeling diode for fully controlled converter because of the presence of the freely wheeling diode. So freely wheeling diode improves the power factor. Freely wheeling diode improves the output voltage. Freely wheeling diode will never transfer the energy released by the inductor to the source. The energy released by the inductor will transfer to the motor, and from motor to freely wheeling diode and back to the inductor. So in this way, with the help of freely wheeling diode, in the absence of input supply, also the motor starts to rotate. So where we see this condition, when electric train is approaching one nearby station, the electric train power supply is turned off. At that condition, inductor starts to release the energy. That energy is not transferred back to the source. That energy is applied to the motor, and that motor rotates slowly and it reaches the station. This is the practical explanation of this energizing of the de-energizing of the inductor. Now we go for the next problem. Okay, all of you, I hope the next problem is visible. Please check, all of you. Okay, right. Now we are going to the problem of RLE load. Is it clear, all of you? So RLE load, if you have done, you are going to be perfect with this particular converter problems. You see, all of you. Single phase full bridge converter. I am taking the full bridge now. Semi converter, we are going to discuss theory, then we'll take the problems. Okay. So full converter with resistor load we have done. Full converter with inductor load we are doing right now. So full converter is connected to RLE load. So now my question is, what is the difference between RL load and RLE load? If the motor back EMF value is taken into consideration, then the load is called the RLE load. Okay, the motor back EMF. Now remember this statement. If the firing angle is less than 90, the input voltage will be greater than back EMF. Therefore, energy travels from input to motor, from source to the load. I repeat once again. When the firing angle is less than 90, if the firing angle is maintained as less than 90 using the power electronic circuit, input source voltage value is greater than the back EMF of the motor. Under this condition, energy is traveled from source to load and motor starts to rotate. Now the second point, what I am saying is very important. Now you just listen and you can make a note of this one. When the firing angle is maintained greater than 90, input source voltage is less than back EMF voltage. Under this condition, the motor acts as generator and energy is transferred from load to the source. So fully controlled converter with RLE load can also be used as the inverter. All of you are understanding? So when an electric train is reaching the station, what we do, we maintain the firing angle greater than 90. When the firing angle is greater than 90, that same motor will act as the generator. Energy is transferred from motor to the source. The electric train itself is generating its own electricity for a short period of time. The second case is very important. When the firing angle is greater than 90, if the firing angle maintained in the circuit is greater than 90, input source voltage value will be less than the back EMF. Under this condition, the motor acts as the generator and energy is transferred from motor to the source or from load to the source. That's why if you see for single phase fully controlled converter, the source voltage. So what is the formula? Vrms equal to how much? 230 volts, and they have given the current I equal to 10 amperes. All the problems we are having continuous current only. Beta is equal to pi plus alpha. This is inductor load. A bit. Calculate the firing angle for E. E means back EMF of the motor. What is the back EMF here? 120. And second bit, what is the back EMF? Minus 120. There is no word called negative voltage in the entire electrical engineering. Here minus 120 means that motor is acting as generator and energy is transferred from load to source with firing angle. What should be the firing angle? We'll see. So all the students now you will see the problem. What is the back EMF they have given? RLE load means back EMF value will be given. Back EMF is 120. So we already know without freely wheeling diode. They have not mentioned any question regarding without freely wheeling diode. Without freely wheeling diode, what is the output voltage, all of you? Without using freely wheeling diode, output voltage is 2 Vm by pi cos alpha. But if you see the circuit, I will show you the circuit of RLE load. RLE load contains this one, and VDC is the output voltage. So you apply KVL in this loop. So KVL says that voltage source is equal to voltage drops. So how many sources we are having here? VDC and E. So VDC equal to E plus I into R. So what is the output voltage we are having? V average equal to E plus I into R, and we are neglecting the value of the inductor. So if you see for RLE load, the output voltage V average is equal to E plus I into R, or I naught into R. So V average equal to E plus I into R, because we are having the back EMF. Okay, is it clear, all the students? So now, what is Vm? Vm equal to root 2 into VRS. So root 2 into 230. Just substitute your value. Once again, please check, all of you, alpha how much you are getting. Here the pi value is nothing but 3.14. You are getting the 53.21 or not? Please tell me very fast. Last 6 minutes we are having. Output voltage 124. Please check it out. Firing angle, you are getting less than 90 or not? We have to check. So if firing angle is less than 90 after substitution, so as I mentioned, they are asking to calculate firing angle. The power flows from source to load. RLE load explain means only two cases. Case 1, if the firing angle is maintained as alpha less than 90, then input source voltage value is greater than the back EMF of the motor. Under this condition, power transfer from source to load, and motor load acts as the exact motor. When case B, if the firing angle value is maintained as alpha greater than 90, then input source voltage is less when compared with the output, when compared to the back EMF. Under this condition, energy transfer from load to the source. Yes, all of you are getting 53.21. Just substitute. So how we got this equation? Based upon that RLE
Yes,
load?
sir.
Yes, very good, 53. Now case B we are going. What is the back EMF they have given? Minus 120. So how to solve the case B? We just see here. Now you see, all of you. So 2 Vm by pi, same formula based upon the application of KVL, E plus I naught into R. But what is E? They have given minus 120 because the motor is acting as generator. Back EMF value is greater than input voltage, and the current is flowing in opposite direction. Why minus here? Because initially when the firing angle is greater than 90, when firing angle is less than 90, current flows from source to load. When firing angle is greater than 90, current direction has been reversed. Current is flowing from load to the source. That's why the current direction is reversed. That's why we take it as minus. So as it is minus 120, you are supposed to plus. And please check, all of you are getting the alpha greater than 90 or not. We have to check. Okay. Check this value 124.1. You are getting or not, at least 124. If it is done, it's okay. If with this concept, these concepts are sufficient to solve any problem in the examination. Now I'll show you the question paper also. One problem will do. Is it clear? Alpha you are getting, all of you? Anyone student confirm the value should be greater than 90? 124. Same formula, but only minus 120 you are going to place. Pi is 3.14. Fast calculations, you see the fast.
120.0.
Right. It is greater than 90, it is right. Now let me share the question paper. On question paper you are going to share. So let us take the last year question paper. So what I am mentioning, at a time we finish the first unit and second unit very soon. I think question paper, I'm just sharing the question paper. Right. All of you see, we got the short answer. Let us concentrate on the, yes, all students see the third question here. I'm just highlighting. The third question, what is anyone read out? Working principle of MOSFET. We have taken the MOSFET theory explanation, that animation I have shown you. And next, anyone read out this one? Which circuit they are asking in the examination? Resonant pulse. A resonant pulse, another name, anyone tell me? Resonant pulse commutation. It is class B. Yesterday we have taken it as asked. Okay. So now we take the problems here. All students, let us concentrate on the fifth question. So what is the complete fifth question here? Working principle of three phase. We'll see, that is our next topic. Now you see full converter, single phase full converter. Yes, now you take this question and solve the problem. Same problem has been asked in the examination. You can verify. Single phase full bridge converter, okay, without RLE load, it is taking. I think the values are also same, right? 230 and 10 amperes output voltage. So anyone tell me what will be the firing angle? It is less than 90 or greater than 90 for this problem. Fifth question, A part. Less than 90 or greater than 90? You check, firing angle will be less than 90, the same value. Do this one, all of you, the same problem which you have taken examination. Remaining problems also we'll see after. Right. So any questions in the problem, anybody can ask? RLE load we have taken. One second, let me take the screenshot first for attendance. Chat box, everybody has entered. Yes, any question from anyone regarding the problems? You can solve, I think. RLE load, RL load, and resistor load. Earlier we have done, right? So what I am going to show you, single phase. Okay, we'll discuss this one. So our next topic will be single phase semi-converter. So we'll see in the next. Yeah. So why we are supposed to use this semi-converter or off control converter? Semi-converter is used only for the 0 to 180 degrees. Semi-converter circuit contains 2 SCRs and 2 diodes. The cost of semi-converter is less when compared with the cost of full converter. Whenever we require the speed control of the motor only from 0 to 180 degrees and only in forward direction, then we go for this semi-converter. If the motor speed has to be controlled in both the directions, forward and backward, then we go for the full converter. Okay. So now semi-converter provides more